Hey, Star Fam! How are we doing? Hi! It's been so long. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure this thing is off. Okay. Ciao. Hey, Sotiana, how are you? Hey, Blue Jay, how are you? Hey, your piece of pie. Hey, 353. Hey, Victoria. I've been waiting to hear what you had to say. Oh, this show. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Bree said, I need Jackie and Josh drag. Ciao. Hey, Dr. M. Hey, Melissa. Melissa said, Jessie Wu is awesome. What's she do? Does she also review Love is Blind? Melissa said, still have that scene with Marshall Pancakes in my head by Jessie. What? What is happening? Blue Moon said, I don't care if production paid for the ring. Jackie doesn't deserve to keep it. Ciao. Okay, so she reviews the show. Okay. Had no idea. Thank you guys for letting me know. Bria said, Marshall can swing my waist since Jackie don't want him. I know that's right. Hey, Rozelle. Rozelle said, no, Nikki, wait till my lunch break. Hey, everybody. What time is it for you? What time is it for you? Hey, Viv. Hey, Simply Simone. Simply Simone said this reunion is going to be loving hip hop with censors. Oh, absolutely. Hey, Yolande. Hey, Pink Petals. BB Girl said, watching from work. I know that's right. Thank you. Hey, Amirio. Hey, Courtney. Hey, Janelle. Hey, Kimono. How are you? Bria said, Nikki always looks like he's there and don't know. This is the thing. It's so weird when this music plays. Y'all know I can't stand StreamYard, but it's so weird when this music plays because the way it plays, I don't know if you guys are hearing it. I don't know what it sounds like to you until I play it back. So I'm always nervous that you guys are not hearing what I'm hearing. Keisha said, at least we got Brett and Tiffany. Yes, yes. Hey, IA. Miss Gigi said, I am trying to change projects at work and get away from this toxic manager. I have been there. I am so sorry. I just got a call for an interview on another project. I know that's right. I am so overjoyed. This live is the icing on my day. Amen. Amen. If you want it, you got it. Komodo said, how are they going to do this reunion live? Mess. Yeah, that's what it is. It's going to be a mess. It's going to be, there's no other explanation. This is going to be a mess, which is why, guys, I need you all, if you haven't already, to please follow me over at TikTok. My TikTok is Nikki.Star. If you do not have it, please don't download it. I only want you to follow me if you do have a TikTok. The reason why is because when you get to 1,000 followers on TikTok, you can go live. So I want to go live because I want to watch this reunion live with you guys, if I can. So if you're not following me over there, let's hop to it so we can watch this reunion together. Yolande said, I just had to rush to a meeting saying, if you do not need anything else from me, I need to go. I have another meeting with my Star fam. I know that's right. Hey, Danielle. Oh, I thank you so much. And I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Desiree. I hope Marshall cuts Jackie and Josh out. You know what? I don't think that's him. And I love that for him. Spency said, hi, Nikki, about to hop on the train, but I hope I can see most of this live. I feel like if you're in New York, it should work, especially if you're not going underground, even though I feel like sometimes my internet works underground as well. Blue Jay said, at this point with the NDA, I think all press is good press. You know what? I just can't believe that Jackie is able to talk the way she is. I'm really shocked with the kind of contract that I thought that they had, that she's able to do all this talking about the show. It's really, really odd. Thank you, Yolande. Hi, sup, people. Oh, it's 2 p.m. in Jamaica. Hey, Monique. Pink Puddle says the perk of working from home. I know that's right. Oh, I used to do that all the time. Hey, yep, that's D says, so is the reunion going to be live on Netflix? How is that going to work? I wonder. Well, they're starting to try live content. So this will be the first thing that they do. And my God, today, I need to watch this with you guys. Okay. Thank you, Bria. Oh, thank you for the clarity. Thank you, Nona. Hey, Elena said, woo, child, did this just start? Hey, yes, it did. We're still coming on in the room. Speaking of coming on in the room, let's do it. Yikes, I got to clean up over there. Come on, in the room. Whoa, come on, hey, in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room. What's up? Yep, Destiny, what you say? Chelsea is absolutely horrifying. Oh no! Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on! Come on! Hey, Monique said, girl, we up in here like booty here. I'm supposed to be preparing a legal opinion, but I'm here. Oh my God. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. BB Girl said, I bet Jackie might get sued with all these spoilers she is posting. I think so. Because she is posting a lot. And I'm like, feel like you can do that. I mean, I don't know her contract, but I'm still like, girl, I don't know if you can say everything that you're saying. I really, really don't know. But let me get my notes. Bria said Chelsea is giving desperate, and I don't like that for her. Me either. I do not like that for her at all. It's really, really sad because I don't know. I feel like KWAME is going to say no. I feel like KWAME is going to say no. I don't know. I'm nervous for her. We're going to end with Melissa, and then we're going to get into it. Melissa said, not a KWAME fan, but Chelsea was doing all Chelsea wants. I wonder if she asked KWAME what he wants. He is just following. Yeah, I don't think she has. I do not think she has. Let me at least get 2 more because I do want to talk about some things that you got to say. So I want to talk about it now and highlight it and then get into it. Yolande said someone did Chelsea dirty by putting a fake birth certificate. Oh no. You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if everybody on this show was lying. I feel like at this point, Love is Blind, there's no way that they're not going to hire people who do not want to be in front of the camera, right? Or who do not have entertainment industry aspirations. I think it's going to be very hard for them to do that at this point. So I would not be shocked if all or some of these people participating are actors. Anissa said Chelsea and Kwame are not in the same relationship at all. They're not even in the same universe. Totiana said, I need Chelsea to stand up. Kwame, also known as Alex, has done nothing for her, and she feels like the luckiest girl in the world. When she did that and shed that tear, I was like, oh, girl, you in danger. Since we're talking about him, let's get into Chelsea and Kwame. Only you. Where's Kwame? There we go. Only you can make me do all the things I do. If it's true, I'm in love with you. Okay, so Chelsea and Kwame. Kwame is sick of Chelsea. Sick of her. These last 3 episodes, I was like, oh, Chelsea, I'm watching this show and I see that he's annoyed with you. I don't know what it's like experiencing this man 24/7, living in the same home and not being able to pick up that he is absolutely annoyed by you. Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me just make sure, because people are trying to play. What? I saw something. Am I wrong? I was just like, am I crazy? Am I crazy? Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Margaret, for the Venmo. Thank you. Margaret said, you look beautiful. Oh, thank you. You're so kind, Margaret. Thank you so much. Thank you, Star Fam. So I'm really concerned. Like, Chelsea's in the same house with this man, and we're just watching a couple of edited scenes, and he is just so annoyed. Like, when she goes in to be intimate with him or like kiss or hug him or anything, he's like, moving away, kind of annoyed, extremely turned off. And I'm like, Chelsea, are you not picking up on anything? I feel like she's just bulldozing through this whole process to get to that wedding, because I think Chelsea is just really caught up on her age, right? And what she wanted at a certain point in her life. And I feel like this happens, like we talked about before, with a lot of women, especially women who are turning 30 or who are 30 and are heading into their 30s. I feel like you get to this point where you're like, oh, I don't have all the things that I thought I would have, or that society thought I would have, or that my family and community thought I would have at this age. And now you're like scrambling, right? Trying to make something happen. And I feel like that's what she's doing with Kwame, because she has a career. She's comfortable in that. She's not budging on that. She's not moving or doing anything like that, because this is what she's wanted to do. And she's safe and secure in her career. And I think at this point, I don't know if she's necessarily ready for marriage and children, but I feel like the timeline that she has is telling her that she is, which is why she is like bypassing all of these red flags from Kwame. I'm like, girl, he's not into you. It's very, very obvious. I don't know how you're not seeing that, or unless you have blinders on where you don't want to see it because you have a goal, and any man could have been on this journey with you. You still would have took him to the finish line. That's what it's looking like, Chelsea. Listen, it could be something totally different, but I'm saying as a viewer, that is what it's looking like to me, because the fact that you could not see that this man was like acting really repulsed by you, like the last 3 episodes. I don't see how you can't see that. And you're legging with this man, you're bringing this man around your family. He just seems uncomfortable, like he does not want to be there. Like he actually, honestly, Kwame looks like he's going to work. You know what I mean? Like, this is who you are at work. And then as soon as he gets in the car, after he clocks out, he becomes who he really is and really starts enjoying life. But it just really feels like he's just pressing through his 9 to 5 just to get to the end of the workday. That's what it looks like. And I just can't believe that she is not picking this up. Like, how are you the happiest girl in the world and you're crying about that? He makes you so happy while he's sitting there looking miserable. How are you, as his partner, about to be his wife or wanting to be his wife, not picking up that something is going on with your partner? Like, that's a little weird. Like, Kwame is not perfect or in any kind of the way. I absolutely feel like he's scamming, but I'm really, really concerned for Chelsea because I just don't understand how she's not picking up on the signals, how she's not seeing this man, how she's not hearing him when he's telling her about the issues that he has with her. It's just so weird. I'm like, are you guys in the same room? Are you listening to him? Are you guys having the same conversation? Because, girl, it's not giving what you think is given. And how are you not seeing that? It's really weird. And I feel like she's going to get her heart broken. And my God, today, that's just going to be that's going to be a lot. That's going to be a lot. Thank you so much, Lori, for the cash app. Let me see. Did it say anything? Lori said, this is for everyone aware that Kwame is everyone aware that Kwame tried out for Married at First Sight? I don't know if it's confirmed that he tried out for Married at First Sight, but I do know that Kwame was an extra on a past season of Married at First Sight. So he's in the community of people who are producing this show. You know what I mean? So his headshot has been on the table of the producers of this show before. So that's not shocking that, if he was already, in the community, that he would be, an extra on one of their shows. I always got performer from him. I always got some kind of actor. I always got that he is somebody who wants to be in front of the camera. He gives me Shake from season 2. Like, I got that from Shake right away. When we met Shake, I was just like, yeah, he's here for the cameras. That's what I get from Kwame. I absolutely feel like he is going to turn this into some kind of entertainment career for him. He's not done. He is not done. Watch his social media. If it's not popping off now, it absolutely will be after the show has aired. I see him doing a bunch of interviews and all kinds of stuff, just really being the main character. I absolutely get that from him. Let's also talk about Chelsea some more because, again, there has to be a lot going on with you in an episode for Kwame not to be the worst person that we're watching. I am so sorry, Chelsea. You were so bossy this mainly episode 10. Like, there was just so much going on with you and Kwame. And I found myself a lot going, Chelsea, I don't like this. And I'm not feeling Kwame, but I was like, girl, something is up. Something is up, and I don't like what I'm feeling. Before, I was always on your side, but these last 3 episodes, I was starting to see something that was not very becoming of you. But I honestly think that this is how she is in all of her relationships, right? That's why I said I feel like Kwame could have been any Black man. She would have taken him to the altar, right? I feel like this is who she is in her relationships. And this honestly is what comes with a lot of women who are independent of men, right? Who have their own money, who have their own success. And now they're just like, oh, I want to be completed, or I'm at the point now where I want to now have a serious partner. But I have everything I want. I don't need a man to provide for me. I have a great career. I don't need a man to put a roof over my head. I already have one, and I'm not trying to move out of it, right? I don't need a man to provide a car for me. I have all of those things. He does not need to provide for me financially. I just want him as a partner in my life. And I feel like that's how she leads out a lot. And unfortunately, for a lot of women who are like Chelsea, men lead with provision, right? So a lot of men are intimidated by women who they can't provide for, or who are not seeking provision from them, because for a lot of men, that is their control. So I did see her coming off bossy and like bulldozing the relationship in a lot of ways, but I think that just comes from her being financially independent and her not needing a man for the financial capabilities that men normally lead with. So with her, it's like very, cut and dry. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I want this, and that. When can you fit into these things? Because this is what I'm ready to do. She leads a lot. She leads a lot. And that's a turnoff, unfortunately, for a lot of men. But girl, you're going to find the right one. You're going to find the right man for you. I just don't feel like it's going to be Kwame. because you can't run him. And I feel like you need a man that you can run. I feel like you need just a chill guy who is really go with the flow, does not care, will acclimate into your life and kind of become more so your identity. You know what I mean? I feel like you need that. And that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. I just feel like who she's matched with, it's not working because he's just not that kind of guy. So Kwame, I want to call him Kwame, but Kwame, he meets with Chelsea's family and he's miserable. And you know what? From meeting Chelsea's family, I was just like, oh, so everybody's oblivious, right? I feel like everybody's oblivious to the red flags that Kwame is giving off. I also feel like Kwame is not the first or last Black man that she has brought to this family. Because as soon as they saw him, they were like, ah, like everybody just immediately welcomed him into their family. And I'm not saying that they should not do that. I am saying there was like not an ounce of apprehension. So I feel like they have been there before, been here before with Chelsea, right? And again, for Kwame, who has, it seems like a dated white woman his entire life, for him to tell us that he was rejected by his white girlfriend's family. He couldn't even come into his girlfriend's home when they went to prom, and always feeling like who he is would be rejected by the partners that he desires. I'm like, here you have this white woman who is head over heels in love with you. Her family is just, they just embrace you right off bat. There's no apprehension. You come in, they all love you. The only person who is like watching you is that little girl. Chelsea's little cousin, she was like, when he marries her, that's when I'll hug him. I said, I know that's right. She was like, I got my good eye on him. Go ahead, baby. But I just feel like from everything that he expressed to us that was an issue for him in his relationships, Chelsea has broken down all of those barriers, right? I just feel like this is what you requested. You have it right here, but for some reason you don't want it. And I just think it's because she's the type of white woman that would be somebody who would want to embrace his Blackness, right? And I don't think that he is somebody who wants to do that. And I feel like he needs, like, not needs, but I feel like he desires a Micah because Micah is somebody who desires white men. And I feel like for him, if he can get a Micah, that solidifies something in him that he has already always felt inferior about himself. That's what I'm picking up. I could be wrong, Kwame. I could be wrong, but that's what it's giving off from this edited show, from this edited reality TV show. So just putting that out there. But that's what I'm getting. But I'm watching this and I'm like, dude, you express the issues that you've had. And here you have this woman who should be your dream woman, like just being everything that you desired, and you're just not into her. It's weird that it isn't working. It really, really is weird that this situation is not working. But back to Chelsea's family. I was a bit taken aback because Kwame is sitting there miserable, like talking to the family, but he's not like really connected. He's not as charming as he was with her dad when they first, got together. Like you can see that he is just checked out of this relationship, and the family didn't pick up on anything. I'm like, what is going on here? Like, I don't know. I'm like, how is everybody so oblivious to the fact that he's uncomfortable? Like nobody picked it up. They're trying to like pull conversation out of him. And we've seen Kwame be charming before. This isn't the same guy, but like nobody's picking it up. And I just am a little disappointed that the women in her family couldn't see that. Because even if you are like so love struck and you can't see it, the women always pick it up. The women in your family always see that no good man for what he is. But these ladies didn't see it. They loved him. They were encouraging her. They're like, oh, we love him so much. He's so great. The only woman that picked up on Kwame was a little girl. And ain't nobody gonna listen to her because she a kid. Ah, Chelsea. I hate that. Like, I have a pit in my stomach because I feel like she is going to be embarrassed, and I feel like it's going to give Bartise and Nancy, and I'm so hurt for her. I'm already hurt for her, but I don't know. I feel like even if he does say yes, we're going to have her be embarrassed at the reunion. I just don't see this working out for Chelsea at all. And I'm just, I'm uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable for what we're going to witness on Friday. Not saying that Kwame is a liar, right? But when he told Chelsea's mom that he had a pet squirrel in Ghana, no shade. I looked it up. I was like, believe that, but I did look up, squirrels in Ghana, and there are, Ghanaian squirrels. I did not know that. You learn something new every day, but that just felt like a lie to me. That just felt like a lie to me that he had a pet squirrel in Ghana, and I had to look that up. So let's talk about the fitting. When the guys are all going to go look at their suits. Every guy like brings like a friend or a brother or somebody very special in their life. Kwame brings one of the guys that he met in the pods, which to me is another red flag, right? Because either he doesn't have any friends or he's just not fully committed to this process. So he's not going to put in the work to like really get his best man and all of, like really try to get the people that he wants to stand up there with him on his real wedding day, a wedding day that he cares about, right? Because I'm just like, this guy that you knew in the pods for what, 2 weeks is somebody who you want to come and help you pick out your suit for your wedding. I feel like he's not really invested. And that's a red flag for me. That's a red flag for me. While Chelsea's sitting over there crying with her mama, you know what I mean? Talking about she's so happy. She just can't believe that she just the luckiest girl in the world. And Kwame got some guy that he met in the pods. I don't even think he knows this dude's last name, but he's helping him pick out his suit for his wedding. The signs are there. I just hate that she cannot tell that this man is her fiance is not into her. I hate that she can't tell that. When Kwame was talking about his mom, I feel like he kept on, I think he leaned a lot on religion and Christianity instead of just saying that his mother wanted him to marry a Black woman, specifically a Black Ghanaian woman. You know what I mean? Because he kept on saying, my mom's just very religious. And that's what he's telling Chelsea. But I don't think he's telling her the truth. I think even though his mama know what her son desires, I think she has always been like, we want you to marry somebody from our community. You know what I mean? Our community, our culture, that's what we desire. Because he leaned on religion a bit too much for me for it to be realistic. Now, I'm not saying that his mom is not deeply religious, because we can see it in the family that they like religion is like the core of that family. But I think culture is the core of that family as well. And I think that it just was not, his mom didn't accept the women that he was going after because they weren't, Christian. I think it's because they also were not Black and they were not Ghanaian. That's what I'm picking up. But I felt like he didn't want to say it because for some reason, Kwame think that we don't really know what's happening here, right? Like we don't know what's really going on. Like we can't pick up what mama is putting down and why your parents are not there to witness you get married. Their baby boy. They're not there to witness their baby boy get married. Something up. Something is up. And I don't think that it's just because, Chelsea's a white woman and probably not that religious. I also think it's because the mother thinks that this is a sham and Kwame is probably like, don't waste your time. You know what I mean? Like nothing is really going to happen here. So I don't want to embarrass you guys. So don't come. I think that there's more to the story here. And I don't think we're going to find out till Chelsea speaks at the reunion. We meet Kwame's siblings. I love his sister. Now let's talk about this rumor. TikTok is messy because everybody on TikTok is saying that Kwame's sister is a paid actor. I hate the fact that that makes sense because there was something about her spirit. There was something about her accent that something was off for me. First of all, when you meet his sister, She is just a beautiful ball of energy. I enjoyed her. I wanted to see more of her. I love how she supported her brother. I love how his siblings supported him. I love how his brother was just like, don't worry about mom. You know how mom is, but dad is really happy for you. That was a real moment. I felt like that was a real moment when his brother was like, dad is just really happy for you. He's really, really proud of you. And then the sister, she started chiming in, and then they were having their little sibling moment. But something did feel a little different, right? Because I'm like, why is KWAME? Why is KWAME and his brother from a different place than their sister? Because the sister, I felt like the Bronx was sneaking in a little bit when she was speaking. Something was a little off there with the accent. I'm like, you guys were raised in the same house? Why are you so African American? Did y'all pick that up? This sister was really ingrained in the African American culture, and the brothers were not. How much of an age gap do they all have? If that is his blood sister, something is up. Either they weren't raised in the same city, or she's an actor, because something is different. Her energy, her accent, how she acts, everything is really different. She just kept on slipping in and out of some stuff. Oh, let me see you. Oh, you look good. Yes, brother. Who is this? I don't know. Something was off. Something was off. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? I don't know. So that's the thing. Like, I don't them TikTok, them gossipers on TikTok. I love y'all. I follow y'all. I ain't even gonna hate. I don't believe a lot of stuff that they be saying, but this one right here stuck out with me because of how I felt about his sister. I was like, something different. Something is real different here. The sister was hella relatable. Hella relatable. Them brothers were not. Them brothers were not. Not saying anything is wrong with that, but it was something about her. I was just like, how long have you been in America? Something up. I don't know. Something is up. We could be wrong. You know what I mean? The rumor could be true or it could be false, but there's something in there. There's something in there because she was really different. Outside of that, I enjoyed her. I really, really enjoyed her. I love how she was encouraging her brother, holding his hand right before walking him down the aisle. There's another thing that she did, and I was like, this is way too familiar. When she was walking Kwame down the aisle, she had her purse. She had her purse. Now, do I have any Ghanaian subscribers? Am I saying that right? Is it Ghanaian? I think I'm saying that right. Do you guys do this too? Because I know with the African Americans, the black American women, we don't put our purse down for nothing. Like, we will take our purse everywhere. If you notice, back in the day, there used to be a huge joke in the black community about how Michelle Obama don't leave her purse nowhere. Wherever Miss Obama was, First Lady Obama, wherever she was at, she had her purse clutched up, right? So when she was walking down the aisle with her brother, she did not. I'm like, you ain't gonna leave that purse with nobody. She had her purse right with her, and I'm like, this is real familiar. Where you from? Where you from? Because I feel like you was on the boat. You getting captured. It's something about her where I'm like, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if that is his blood sister. Because I'm just like, you taking that purse? You literally walking down the aisle to your brother's wedding, and you got your purse by your side. I think you family. I think and I'm like, it's not giving cousin. It's not giving cousin. You in the bloodline. You in the bloodline. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say about Kwame and Chelsea. It's something up with that sister, but I love her. I absolutely love her. She was good TV. She was good TV, very warm and inviting. Absolutely disappointed that Chelsea said yes. I knew she would, though. I knew she would. When she was crying and saying that Kwame was everything that she ever wanted and she felt like the luckiest girl in the world, I knew that she was going to say yes to that man. But this show was wrong for cutting it off right when Kwame was about to speak. I was like, I knew y'all wouldn't give it to us, but I kind of was hoping that it would happen. But this is the thing for Chelsea. I hope that Kwame's poor behavior and how he treated her is not justified because of these last 3 episodes, right? Because even before Chelsea became a little aggressive with the strawberries, that was weird. Wasn't that weird? When he was trying to talk to her and tell her like his feelings about how he feels about her, how she doesn't listen to him. And he was like, I don't want a strawberry right now. She was just like, oh no, you want a strawberry. Eat that. Like she like forced him to eat that strawberry. That was a little, I was like, oh, he don't want it, girl. But Kwame, you a nut for still eating it. I would have been like, no, I don't want it. Listen, that was a little creepy, right? But I don't want that to outweigh how this man has treated her and talked about her in the confessionals. I hope like that doesn't give people enough justification to be like, well, Kwame's right. No. That man don't want her. Never did. Never did. And I think it's from the time he saw her. He knew that wasn't what he wanted. And he dragged her along. So I don't want that to change people's perspective on her. Yeah, Kwame is still the bad guy here. Let's get to Brett and Tiffany. I love it. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. Oh my gosh. Is it me? Like, am I the only one who like goes back to that scene where they went to Brett's apartment and he was just like, first of all, the apartment was amazing. And he told her that if this apartment wasn't enough space for her, they can get something bigger, like it was nothing. And when he told her they're not splitting bills like they roommates, if she wants to help pay bills, she can. But other than that, he cool. He got everything. Tiffany, don't mess this up. Anyway, Brett and Tiffany are perfect. I don't have anything to say. Because this show is messy, but I feel like we finally got our Lauren and Cameron that we wanted in black. But I think that every season, we're always looking for a Lauren and Cameron. I feel like we got it. I think we got it. I feel like the only thing that could mess this up, Tiffany, I got to be honest with you. Come close. I feel like you're doing a little too much with the liquor. I feel like every time we see Tiffany, she got a drink. Speaking of drinks, we're back. I'm going to try this again. This is my last one. I'm not doing no more. I feel like every time we see Tiffany, she got a little drink, and in some confessional, she a little ditzy, little buzzed. And I'm like, girl, I feel like that's the only thing that could mess this up. You better get yourself a Zima and put them wine cooler. Is that a wine cooler? Is the Zima a wine cooler? Yeah, get a Zima. Put down the White Claw and that other stuff. Just get a Zima. Do they still make Zimas? Is Clearly Canadian a wine cooler? No, because I remember drinking that as a kid. Whatever. Girl, you need to go light. Put down the Four Locos and the wines and the White Claws. You just need to be sipping on a Zima, nursing a Zima. I feel like that's the only thing that can mess this situation up. Because you love a little drink, and that's okay. That's okay. But that's what made you fall asleep in them pods, right? That liquor gonna have you missing was for you. Get a Zima. But other than that, I think they're perfect. I don't see any issues. I mean, when she met Brett's family and they just loved on her, the words of wisdom the father was speaking into her, and she started crying. I started crying because, no shade, Tiffany, I'm going to be real with you. Sometimes watching this show, I be imagining that I'm you. Sometimes I'm like, look at my brother-in-law. He's so funny. You know what I mean? It happens. That's TV. That's TV. Don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. They don't come around often. They don't come around often. And I want to say this for anybody, because the Star family, y'all always got tea. I love y'all. If you have tea on Brett, I don't want it. Don't release it. I bind you up in the mighty and the matchless name of Jesus. Here's why. We need this. We need this. This is a good man, a good black man that wants a black wife and a black family. We can't hear no mess about this man. We need this representation on reality TV because we don't get it. We never get it. We have to savor what this man is bringing. We cannot ruin it. If you know something, we're going to treat him like MLK. We're going to act like we don't know nothing. We're going to treat him like MLK. We don't hear, we don't see. Keep that tea to yourself. Put it in the grave, bury it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. We need this representation. We never get this on reality TV. We need it. We need it. So I don't want to hear nothing about Brett. I don't care how many receipts you got. I don't believe it. I'm letting you know that right now. But I just loved how, Brett's family really embraced Tiffany. And oh my God, when he was holding her, because she was having wedding day jitters and she was crying, like real life stuff, right? She was crying because she was stressed out about, the dresses and who was going to wear what and if her bridesmaids were going to make it to the wedding in time. And she was like sitting in fetal position and he was just holding her in her loungewear. We need this. We need this. And he was like, I got you. It's okay. And she was like, I know. I'm just, I love when Black women are just treated so dainty, so helpless, so unstrong. I loved it. I loved it. What else I want to say about my favorite couple? Invite me to the baby shower. What else did I want to say about them? That's it. I will say I love this date, right? I will also say the date that Brett prepared for Tiffany was beautiful. I think at some point we, as the viewers, could have left the room because to get on top of me and all that stuff, that was a little too. Go ahead, Tiffany. But that was a little too much. I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be here. Like this, it was a little too intimate for me. I was like, oh, we need to get out. I just felt like we didn't need to hear that. Why were y'all so comfortable with the kid? That was weird. I love Brett and Tiffany, but I'm like, y'all okay with this? Like, you're okay with telling your fiance to get on top of you while you're being filmed? That was a little too much for me, but I thought it was a beautiful date. Like surprising her with a chartered plane, private plane, and then taking her to this hotel with all of these beautiful pictures of. I need a man with money. I thought love would be enough, but I need a man with money. I just realized that's just not enough. That love is not enough. My God, I was like, this is just a date. This is a date. You know what? Is this spirulina in here? I think that's what I'm tasting. This isn't terrible. Maybe it's the cassava or the Jerusalem artichoke. It's something. It's an aftertaste. Stevia. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm never going to get this again because I don't like stevia. I don't like the aftertaste. Anyway, I love them. I love their families. Have we met Tiffany's family? I felt like we met her friends. Oh, we met her mom. We met her mom. She was crying at the dress thing. But I mean, have Brett and Tiffany's families met on camera, or are they going to meet on the wedding day? Probably. Has Tiffany's mama met Brett? Let me know. Because I do remember us meeting Tiffany's mama. Did y'all see the part where her mom was like, I thought this was never going to happen. Mom, wow. Aren't you glad that your daughter waited? Because look what she got. So happy for you, Tiffany. Shanae, thank you so much for the super chat. Shanae said, yes, Chelsea does the most, but I think it's a response to KWAME doing the absolute least. Quite possibly. But I also think she needs a guy that she can essentially lead. And I don't think I don't think it's going to work for that one thing. There's so many other reasons, but that right there is a turnoff for Kwame, because I think a man like him wants a woman like Micah who gives off the very like childlike, needy, dumb blonde thing. And I think that's what attracts him as well. And Chelsea doesn't give off that. Chelsea gives off, I'll be okay without you. And that doesn't make men like Kwame feel secure at all. Hey, Tamara, thank you so much for the super chat. Tamara said Brett is the Obama of Love is Blind. He sure is. He sure is. Get on top of me. The cameras are here. What's going on? Oh my God. Anyway, I love them. I love them. I do not want anything bad to happen to this couple. Keep your tea. I don't want to hear it. Let's move on to Zach and Bliss. Yikes. 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 Zach, your mother did the best she could. Your mother did the best she could with, the lemons that life gave her. This is the lemonade that she could give you. Yes, this lemonade was a little too tart, but baby, it was the best your mother could do. I feel like he has a deep resentment for his mother and the profession that she chose to provide for him with. Because I don't know, as a viewer, anything else about his mom other than the fact that she was a stripper. And not only does he say stripper, he says it in such a way where it's like he's about to vomit every time he says the word. He's very disgusted by it. Because he could have chose something else. He could have said my mom was a dancer, or my mom was an exotic dancer, or, my mom chose, a career, dancing in bars, or, it could have been, he could have told us a very different way, but he always describes his mother as a stripper. And I think you got to unpack that, buddy. I really, really do, because she's not here. She can't apologize. She can't repair any damage that she did to you by raising you like that and raising you in probably an impoverished and working class household and neighborhood. I think you have the wits and the wisdom as someone who works in the criminal justice system to know that the career your mother chose was because in a capitalist society, there weren't a lot of options for a woman like her. So I hope that you just at some point check into that and see that she did the best she could, bro. She really, really did. I mean, listen, I don't know your mom and I don't really know your relationship. But from the way you talk about her, you don't talk about there being anything horrible that she did. But you continue to talk about her being a stripper and the neighborhood that you were raised in. And I feel like those things are out of her control, right? Anybody who has come from poverty or lived and grown up in a working class neighborhood knows it's extremely hard to get out of poverty. It's extremely hard to go from working class to middle class to upper class. It is extremely hard to get up out of that debt, and it's designed that way. Right? So I just hope that you get it and that and maybe you need to talk to some more people in your family, and maybe you need to talk to your sister, see what her perspective on it was, because I feel like the way you talk about your mom, there's resentment there. There really, really is. And I think that that's going to follow you in two relationships. It doesn't seem like you and Bliss worked out. And I don't think you guys didn't work out because of that. I think you probably didn't work out because of her father. But I feel like this is going to follow you in relationships and will probably keep you from finding someone that's perfect for you, because you are looking to date a woman who is not like your mother, right? And not like your mother in the sense where I don't think that you would go after a working class woman or a woman who, is unfortunately in poverty, but, just working to get out of that. And that's just, just struggling to do that, right? Because when you have talked about your partners that you've had in the past, you've always said that you've dated women whose families did not accept you because of the life that you lived, because you were somebody who was working class or come from poverty. And that just let me know that you are not choosing women who are in your class level. And I think that's by design, because you do not want to choose a woman who's had the same life as you or has lived the life of your mother, because you have some resentment there. And I think because of that, you probably are missing out on really, really great relationships because of that one thing. Now, you and Bliss not working out has everything to do with her father. Bliss, you're grown. You are grown. I'm not saying disrespect your daddy. Your daddy disrespects you, though. But, girl, you can make your own decisions. You do not need his approval. You too big for that. You are too big for that. Let's get into her father. Let's get into Bliss's daddy. Nasty. Just a nasty man for no reason. So Bliss brings Zach over to meet her dad, and she's already warned him, right? That's why Bliss and Zach fell apart in the first place, right? Because when Zach was talking to Bliss in the confessionals, Bliss told him that her father probably will not accept him. And Zach felt some sort of way about that because he has been rejected by the families of the women that he has tried to date all of his life, basically, right? So when she said that to him, he got cold on her. And that's where he went after that girl, what's her name? Irina, the terror. That's when he went after her, right? But, he came back to Bliss or whatever. She accepted him, hopefully just for the show, because, girl, you never want to be a man's second choice. Anyway, so they make it work out again. And now Zach is going to meet her father. I will say Zach did a great job handling her father. Her father was very nasty to him. Very nasty to him. But he took it on the chin, and he remained respectful to her dad. He did not allow her father to shake him, even though the dad was trying to do his best to get under Zach's skin. Zach did not allow that. He handled that really, really well. I still think these two are a terrible match, but I loved how Zach handled that. And I will say, I love how Bliss protected him in the end. I felt like you sat there for a minute, Bliss, and you allowed your father to disrespect Zach a lot and you. But then in the end, when Zach left and he went to the restroom, that's when you started to defend him. First of all, I want to say this. Your little brothers should not have been there to witness that. They should not have been able to witness that. Those poor kids were held hostage in this scene while Bliss is arguing with her dad. Her dad is rolling his eyes, making these nasty comments about Zach. And then your stepmom is over there crying. I'm like, what kind of house of horrors are these people living in where this man is just able to just be so nasty and all the women in his life just take it? All the women and vulnerable children. This was not a good look for your father. I hope on that reunion you give us the backstory. This was a terrible scene. I would have been like, you know what? My dad can't film. I would have been like, cut the cameras. How did you not know that this was a terrible scene? Your dad did not look good in this situation. Before I even watched this episode, people on Twitter were already talking about your dad. So I was like, let me go on and watch this episode before everybody spoils it for me. And my God, today, they didn't lie. They did not lie. Why was he so nasty? Does he not want you to be in a relationship? Because you said that he does this to every guy. So then who does he think is the perfect man for you? Him? This is very weird. Very, very, I just could not believe that man was like that. And when we met Bliss's mother and sisters, her mom kept on crying when Bliss was trying on wedding dresses, right? But it was a different kind of cry. First of all, before I get into that, Bliss, that wedding dress, ooh, you ate that. You ate that wedding dress is fire. Let's get back to her mother. Every time we see Bliss's mom, she's crying. She loves Zach. She was so happy for him, but she cries in a certain kind of way. The way her mother was crying was like a woman who had been through some stuff. Like a woman that had been taken through the ringer by a man. And when she was watching Bliss pick out her wedding dresses, and then when Bliss finally got the wedding dress that she was going to pick, the one that she ate, her mother was weeping weeping. And the way she cried told the whole story for me. And then when I met Bliss's father, I was like, okay, what I was feeling was confirmed. What I was feeling was confirmed. That man was a terror. Still is. Still is. And unfortunately, Bliss's little brothers is having to deal with what her and her sisters had to deal with. Because my God, today, if that's what he is like on camera, my God, today, nasty. I mean, wow. You would think you would put on appearances for the cameras. And maybe this was him putting on a better appearance. Yikes, Bliss. Yikes. You were grown. You do not need his approval for anything. You need to start setting boundaries, because that man is going to keep you single for a long time. Because I'm telling you right now, I don't have no kids, right? But I'm going to put myself in the space of a mother, right? I don't know any mother that will allow their child, I don't care what age they are, to be in an environment where they are treated like that. I don't care how much my son loves you. I'm not allowing him to marry into a family where he's going to have to deal with that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If your father disrespects you and everybody else in your family, what he going to do to my kid? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You got to set some boundaries. You may have to do some cutting off, but girl, you are going to remain single if you allow your father to rule in your life like that, because ain't no way any man is going to deal with that. That's stress for no reason. And you got to deal with that man until he croaks. And he seemed like he a little young. He may look a little old because he nasty, but he seemed like he going to be here for a while. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I was about to move on. The way that father dragged Bliss's sister. Now that set Bliss off. I will say, when Bliss's dad was getting Zach together, she was, Dad, come on. Dad, be nice. Dad, no, listen, Dad, right? But when her dad was like, oh, I had to go through the same thing with her sister. She married the guy, right away. And now look at, like, was just saying all this nasty stuff about her sister, who we didn't know that about her, right? We ain't know that she probably don't pick the best kind of guys. We ain't know none of that stuff. But you know who told her business? Her father. Her father. That's when Bliss was like, now, Dad, no. Dad, no. That's not fair, Dad. That's when she stepped in. Finally. Now, I will say, I get Bliss's dad, because Zach tells Bliss's dad that they've known each other 20 days. Not only did they know each other 20 days, the dad know that she wasn't his first choice. So any father would not want their child to be in that situation. So I get it. I absolutely get it. That does not excuse his behavior. That does not excuse the way that he talked about her sister and everything else that he said, because he said more, right? How I know that he said more and it was worse than what we heard was that I watched his wife. Now, she went from holding her face tight, you know what I mean, looking at Bliss all judgmental, till by the end of that scene, that woman was in tears. So that man said some stuff, because that scene went on for a while. Chairs was moved, plates was adjusted. So that scene went on for a while. So at the end of that scene, that woman was in tears. So whatever that man said was a lot worse, and that show protected him by not putting it on camera. Ciao. If that was the good edit, my God, today. My God, today. And even though I'm warming up to Zach and Bliss, because I like the way that he handled her father, and I like the way that Bliss finally handled her father. Although I'm warming up to them as a couple, I still don't see it working. I just do not see it working. I really don't. But I like them. Another couple I don't see working is Paul and Micah. Like, I do not see it working. Paul and Micah had the chemistry of an Uber driver and his drunk passenger that he picked up from Mardi Gras. Like, that is the chemistry that they have. I don't see it. Paul lets us know in every confessional that Micah is not his type. Micah lets us know in every confessional that Paul is not her type. Micah's drunk friend, every time we see her, lets us know that Paul is not for her. And although the friend is a hater, I think she's right. I think she's right. She's just like, I don't see you guys working out. Mm-hmm. I'm like, you drunk already? She stayed drunk. But she's right. She's just like, he's not for you. I don't see it. He's not for you, Micah. She's right, though. Drunk out of her mind, a hater to her core, but she's right. Like, there's just nothing there. They're good Judies at best. That's pretty much what it is. I do not see it working out. I felt like in the going into the second episode, the end of the second episode, I felt like Micah was going to say no on wedding day, right? Still terrible. I felt like she was going to say no. Now I'm not so sure. Here's why I'm not so sure. Micah, when she was trying on her wedding dress, she called her mother over and they had this really beautiful moment. And she said to her mom, I didn't know if you would be here to witness this moment. But look at us now, the both of us, healthy and here today. So I don't know what happened, but something happened. Maybe I missed her mom being sick or Micah being sick. Maybe I missed that because I binged this show at like midnight when they put the episodes up. So I could have absolutely missed that. But I feel like Micah is probably going to make a terrible decision and marry Paul so that her mom could see her get married. I'm hoping that she doesn't do that because I'm like, girl, nobody should play with marriage, just especially in America. Girl, it's hell to get out of. I wouldn't play with that. But when she said that to her mom and they both started crying and hugging each other, I was just like, oh, girl. Now, if this was for you, I would see you saying no. But if you're doing this for your mom, I could see Micah saying yes. Yikes. Yikes. So let's end with the couple we're all here to talk about. Jackie and Marshall. Let's start with this hellion. My God, today. Jackie, what happened? Girl, the 180 this heifer did on this show, I am gagged. Like, I just don't get it. So we open up with Jackie sitting down with Josh. I'm like, what's going on? What's happening here? So she sits down with Josh, basically tells him that she's not into Marshall. And Josh is like, well, I've always still loved you and I want to work this out and I want to be with you. And she's like, well, yeah, I want to be with you too. And I'm like, you are engaged. You are still engaged. What is happening here? Like, I was gagged. I'm like, you're still engaged with this man. You two are still living in the same home. You're meeting with somebody else to let him know that you want to be in a relationship with him before ending the relationship with Marshall. Jackie, I do not agree with Marshall calling you a project, right? I do not agree with the God complex that Marshall obviously has because he says that he loves to save women like Jackie and saw her as a project and all of those things. That does not make it okay for you to treat him like that. Because although he probably doesn't have the best intentions, I'm not saying that he doesn't think that they're good, right? He needs help in that area. But he loves you. And he has been nothing but kind to you, dealing with all of your ups and downs, really standing by you. If you're not attracted to him, okay. That's okay. I think everybody will understand that. I think it's just the way you're treating him in the end that is just mind-boggling to everybody. Because what did that man do to deserve that? You, before you ended your engagement, you made sure you had a boyfriend. That's not nice. I'm sorry. That's not nice. You're not in love with him. You're not attracted to him anymore. I feel like every woman would understand that. Anybody would understand that. Everybody has been there. That has happened to all of us at some point, right? It's just the way you're dealing with it. You go to the home that you are sharing with your fiance after you have secured a boyfriend to let him know that you want to be with somebody else and you no longer want to be married to him. What Marshall said after that, I don't care. I don't care if nobody agreed with what he said. I don't care if people were just like, oh, he's being petty asking for the ring. The man is hurt. However, he responds to the way somebody who he loved, who he proposed to, who was his fiance, is treating him so nonchalant, laughing as he is like just in pain and breaking down. She's thinking it's cute. How he responds to that, I'm gonna let it slide because this was nasty. Like, why are you smirking? Why are you chuckling? What's funny? And then to try to go this victim route where I don't even know if my relationship is going to work out with Josh. I don't even know, if I should be if I should be in a relationship or if I should have been trying to get married because I'm crazy. I shouldn't probably be with anybody. I should probably be getting some therapy. I should probably be getting help. You absolutely should. That's not going to make me feel bad for you because what you are doing is intentional, right? You cannot say that you're in this place of, you have all these issues going on with you, all of this harm, and you are not in the place to be dating right now. And then plan out your horribleness and expect me to feel bad for you when you say, oh, I'm crazy. I need help. I shouldn't be with any man. Okay, girl, I hear you. What you did to Marshall is nasty. Let's not get here and say all these things so everybody could feel bad for you. Let's talk about how you treated that man who didn't do anything to you but fight for you. Even you said it. You said that there's just nothing wrong with him. You're just not attracted to him anymore. He's not aggressive. You even said in her confessional, she says, Marshall has loved me better than any man that I've ever dated. He loves me so much. He treats me so great. He's not aggressive. So that's why you're going to get rid of, like, to say in one breath, he's loved me like no man has ever loved me before, but he's not aggressive. So I'm going to cut him loose. That's the crazy. That's the crazy because you're too old. Your brain is fully developed at this point, and these are the decisions that you are making. It would have set better with me if she's just like, I'm just not attracted to him. I'm attracted to a different kind of guy. I wish she would have left out wanting an aggressive, black man or man of color. That to me is just reading ignorant. And honestly, we talked about this before. I get why she is desiring that, but it's just pure ignorance. And I feel like at damn near 28, you're probably going into 29 at this point. You should just know better, right? You should just have a bit more wisdom in how to choose your life partner. But not everybody has that, and not everybody is there. But I just like the way Marcia was treated this episode, these last 3 episodes was just wrong. Like, he's picking out his freaking wedding day suit, the suit that he's going to get married in. He's picking that out, and Brett pulls him aside, and he's like, just to let you know, Tiffany let me know that Jackie did not show up to her bridal fitting. So that's how he found out that he's getting dumped. You never even, I don't know. I'm like, Jackie, what did he do to you? You just did not have to treat him like that. That man was picking out a suit to get married to you. You didn't even let him know that he probably shouldn't go through with this. You could have ended the relationship there. Instead, you just didn't show up to your bridal fitting. And if Brett would have never told him, then what? Then I just don't understand why you became the villain. Irina is right there. Why did you decide to be the worst person on this season? You didn't have to be. I felt like everybody would have understood you if you just would have been like, I'm just not attracted to him, like I was in the pod. Something shifted and we can't get it back. And I just don't feel like we can salvage it at this point. Nobody would be upset with you if that was the case. It's just how you're treating Marshall. Is that what everybody is like? Oh, this is awful. But listen, Marshall, this is the best thing that ever happened to you. This is the best thing that has ever happened to you. It's giving Ariana from Vanderpump Rules. I'm telling you right now, the ball's in your court. If you don't have the right team, you can miss all these opportunities that are coming your way. You are absolutely going to be the star of this season next to Brett and Tiffany. You need to be ready. Be ready to be in the place to be picked for prime opportunities, because the press that you are getting now and that you're going to get after the show is going to be extremely favorable, and favorable press makes the brands and companies come a running. The opportunities are coming your way, brother. I hope you got the right management team. I hope you got the right agent, and I hope you got the right lawyer, because you could really catapult this to some serious coin. And, if you want a good career in the entertainment industry. That's all. That's all I want to say. I've talked long enough. What do you guys think? Let's get into it. Did I get this one? Tamara, thank you for super chat. Jackie just ruined her whole reputation by keeping a ring. I watched it with my fiance, and we both were disgusted at the same time. It was so cold. It absolutely was. Here's the thing. You can't keep that ring. That's Netflix's ring. So you got to get that back. You got to get that back to the show. If you're not going to get married, you have to get that back to the show. So to sit there and say, like, you knew that Marshall was just heartbroken at that point. So when he said, I want the ring back, he was angry and being petty. For you to be like, no, I'm keeping the ring. No, I'm going to keep the ring. Why are you mad? Why are you mad at him? You are the one treating him like garbage. How are you in the place where you have the chutzpah to have some kind of attitude that he wanted the ring back? You should have gave it back. You don't want the man. You don't want to be married to him. So why are you keeping the ring? I feel like in a court of law, listen, I'm not a lawyer, but I did study under Judge Judith Shineland for about 20 years. So I feel like I know what I'm talking about. Legally, you got to get that back anyway. If he bought it, but the show bought it, so it's going back to the show. I don't think she still has the ring. Thank you for the super chat, Tamara. Hey, Tracy. Thank you so much, Tracy. Tracy said, Star Family, 318 in the room, in the chat, and 91 likes. Guys, let's get these likes up. Please like the video. It helps the channel grow. We're looking to get to 2 million by the end of the year. Amen. From your lips to God's what? Ears. Let me get some older comments. The daughter at the table with her sunglasses on. Thank you, Tamara, for the super chat. Are we talking about Chelsea's cousin? Or Chelsea's sister? Or Blitz's sister. Let me know. I'm sorry, I've been talking for so long. I'm all over the place. I got this one. Brett Z. Obama of Love is Blind. I got this super chat. Got this super chat from Shanae. IA said, could be the sister came to America before KWAME and lived with relatives. It's very common. Could be. Could be. Miss Gigi, this is about Kwame's family. Miss Gigi said American culture can take over when you move here, especially as a child. She probably slips in and out of accents. Quite possibly. Tamara, thank you for the super chat. Tamara said Chelsea wants what she wants. She said he can sing. And when the show played that back, Nessie, thank you for the super chat. T. Flenderson said, I was thinking Kwame's sister and brother are so nice looking, but okay. All right. Sophie Simone said the sister had me asking if they had the same daddy. Something was different with her. Something was different. Honestly, she could have went to a different school. That could be it. But sis had an accent. Okay. She had a very working class accent. So I was a little thrown off because them brothers ain't had that. BB said if Chelsea was a lawyer, engineer, or doctor, Kwame's parents will welcome her, quite possibly. Janelle said Kwame needs to stay with his preference because I've seen where men that love white women marry a black woman and treat them like crap. It does happen. So Steph said the people saying that phone call Kwame made to his mama was fake. The Caribbean are the Caribbean and Nigerian people. I will say a lot of you, I thought that it was real and they just cut the audio, but a lot of you got me thinking that that conversation didn't actually happen. Hey, Kai. Kai said Kwame and Chelsea talked about how she was leading the relationship in the pods. Now on the outside, she is leading. I see Kwame complaining about things, but not leading in anything. True. And at the end of the day, I don't think Kwame's going to walk away from a cush life, right? Because I feel like Chelsea will be the one who will be fine making the bulk of the money as long as she can stay in charge. Mitchie G88 said, I was confused as well. I was like, does Kwame not have any friends at all? It was weird. Absolutely weird. I'm like, your good friend is a guy in the pods? We did meet his soccer friend, that black guy who had the same haircut and talked just like him. I was like, yeah, that's the friend. I believe that you two would find each other in the world. But it was very weird that he had that pod guy. Blue Jay said maybe they did pick it up, but decided not to voice. But I do find it interesting they are not picking up his upsetness. Yeah, that could be true. Maybe Chelsea's family did see it and probably talked to her off camera. But it was just very weird to me that nobody mentioned that Kwame was just not into any of this. Asia said they didn't ask any important questions to even be able to see it. All they know is that he likes her dogs. They're all too happy. I didn't want to say it, but that's what I'm seeing too. I don't like it when the families are nasty to the partner that someone from their family is bringing to the family to meet, introduce or whatever. I don't like when people are nasty. I think I don't get that. I don't like that. It doesn't make any sense to me when people are just like, oh, you should be afraid of my sisters. My mom will do this. My dad will. That's awful. You just let me know you have a terrible family, right? You lose nothing by being kind, but also be cautious. I just didn't see any of that. There was like nobody saying, all right, you seem like a really nice guy, but let me talk to you for a moment. Like you could be a bit stern, but I just didn't see any of that. I was just like, y'all are far too welcoming. Y'all don't know nothing about this man. Melissa said they did not ask so many questions. He came to USA when he was 8, and the mom was like, wow, no follow-up questions. Didn't even say, like, my mom would have been like, when can I meet your mom? Can I talk to you? Like, none of that happened. They were just welcoming. Good for them. D. Johnson said Kwame is struggling with having to move and leave what he's comfortable with as far as his lifestyle. His energy changed when he realized she wasn't willing to move. Yeah, absolutely. She flat out told him, I'm not moving. End of discussion. Where I work and live is where we will be living. Period. Jess said, men do say obscure, bizarre things to get out of relationships. They really, really do. I don't know what Kwame is going to say, but I don't feel like he's going to say yes. Yolande said, remember Chris Rock's song, No Sex in the Champagne Room? When he mentions if you are dating a man and you have not met any of his friends, you are not his girlfriend. I don't think we've seen her meet his friends. He met her sister for the first time, she was so welcoming. I forgot to tell you guys about this. When she gave her the purse, oh, it was so sweet. I love his sister. I love her. I love her, though. Hey, Dr. M. Dr. Rim said, Nikki.Star TV, that pet squirrel is what we call bush rat. And it's part of, oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. It's a part of our cuisine. My aunt used to rear and sell them. It's a moneymaker. I don't like it, but people have it roasted and barbecued. Okay. I was not expecting that. And here's why, because I looked them up and they really adorable. It gave me pet. But listen, I know people are shocked by some of the things we eat here in America. Thank you, Dr. M. Janelle said Kwame needs to stay with his preference. Oh, I got that one. Hey, Kamisha, I love Sister Barbara. That's another thing. Barbara. Barbara with the accent and African American mannerisms. Something is up. Something is up. He sure did. You know? I will say his brother, I was just like, are you cute? Now I know what I was seeing in the brother. I was seeing Morris Chestnut because I was looking at him like, there is something going on here. I can't put my finger on it. He does. He does look like Morris Chestnut. OMG. Oh, if he wasn't a chocolate god, that's what Morris Chestnut would look like. Oh my goodness. Rachel said, but as an older Ghanaian sister, I could totally relate to her. She was so mother. She was so mother. She was encouraging him, rubbing his hand. She's like, are you nervous? And then she started crying. She could be his real sister. She could be. I'm just like, did they grow up in the same household? Or do they have different moms, you know? Because did she talk about his mom? I don't know. I want to, Barbara, where you at? Let's talk. Midwife K says she's his real sister. The fact that it's believable is that she might not be. Says a lot about Kwame. Yeah, absolutely nothing about Barbara. We love her. Absolutely everything about Kwame. IA says absolutely. Kwame's mom said, "Don't bring that woman to this house. Can she even cook okra soup?" Oh, that sounds delicious. Kai said it just shows how fake Kwame comes off when a large part of the audience feels like everything about that man is fraudulent. True. Some people said maybe she was born here or her mother sent her ahead. A lot of Africans do that. Okay. She's so sweet. I love Barbara. I loved her. And this, what made me, the fact that I liked her so much made me even more nervous about what Kwame was going to say. Because remember when she was about to walk him down the aisle and she was talking to him and he was like tuning her out? And then we get to the confessional and he's like, oh, I'm thinking about so many things. And I'm like, oh my goodness, he's going to say no. He's going to say no. I will be gagged if he says yes. Even if that man says yes and they get married, I don't foresee them being married at the reunion. I don't. Asia said, Kwame trained himself to talk like a white man. The other brother talks regular, proper, but Kwame, yeah. They're all so different. So different. And I understand, because me and my siblings, extremely different, right? But we're alike in a lot of ways. Kwame, I would never think that he was from this family. I would never think that those were his siblings. I would never pick that up. Teresa G said, another channel said Kwame was with an uncle in Nigeria until 8, while other family was in the US. So maybe the kids raised differently. That would make a lot of sense. If the sister was here from like much, much younger than Kwame, I get it. If she's older, you know what I mean? If she's been here a lot longer, I get it. Shanae said, did y'all catch Kwame's sister saying he's a terrible sibling and doesn't check up on anyone? Yep, she said it while laughing, but you could tell there was some truth in it. Yeah. Elaine said, I don't think so, because I don't think it makes sense to have a paid actor for a sister, but not for the brother. What? Budget costs? Well, a lot of times that happens for story. because Kwame, I'm not saying this is true, but I'm saying this is how it could happen, because Kwame needed somebody to walk him down the aisle. His mom and his dad were not going to be there. He does not have any friends, right? So he has his siblings, right? But let's say the sister is scheduled to come. She at the last minute can't come, so they got to scramble. And when you scramble, you find an actor. That happens a lot of times, where it's like, oh, well, this person stepped in because this person couldn't make it, and we needed this person to help us further the story, because at the end of the day, this is reality TV. A lot of, reality TV is not real, or it's a story that's being told that was either past tense and they're telling it currently, or we needed this for the story, because if we didn't have this person there, we could not get the intro to Kwame, and we needed that moment of seeing Kwame freaking out so that we could tell this story of what you're going to see in episode 11, right? So that does happen. I'm not saying that this is the case, but it does happen. Hey, Shanti, how are you? Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Janelle said, oh, this is just aloe vera and avocado oil. Aloe vera, fresh aloe vera gel, and avocado oil. That's it. I'm telling you, you don't need a lot of products. I used to be a product hoe. No more. Janelle said, I think Kwame's meeting his mom for the first time when he was 8 has a lot to do with how he acts. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. Melissa said the wedding was also all Chelsea, nothing from Kwame's culture. That could be on Kwame, but still, that could be on Kwame. It also could be on Kwame for 2 reasons. One, he just doesn't want to celebrate that part of himself, or he doesn't want to put the effort in because he's going to say no. Friday is going to be a bloodbath. I'm not going to get any sleep. I'm not going to. That purse was clenched. I'm like, you're in a whole wedding ceremony, and you're not leaving that purse with nobody, not even your brother. Shout out to my Panamanian family. We don't leave that purse for nowhere. Nowhere. No, that's right. Brianna said, how was his mom his best friend but not at the wedding? And they never ate together as a family. He's saying no. Oh, Chelsea. Oh. Blue Jay said, thank you. But if Nikki right, which she is, if he wants whiteness so bad that he goes after people who don't want them, it makes sense. I'm telling you, Kwame is attracted to white women that are attracted to white men, because Kwame desires what white men have, which is, let's be honest, power, right? And that happens to a lot of men of color. Like, it's not just Kwame. He's not alone. We see it all the time. They chase after whiteness or white women because white women are the trophies for white men. So if you are a man of color and you're able to get a white woman, not just any white woman, right? A white woman that only wants white men, you've won. You've won, right? Because obviously she sees something in you that she sees in white men. So she is desiring you, and that's making you feel like you can sit at the table with them, which is why a lot of those men are not desirable to women of color, especially women of color, especially Black women who do not want to sit at the table of white supremacy, right? Majority of Black women want to dismantle that table. So we're not a good fit for men like that. So they chase after and desire women like that, while also simultaneously tearing down the women who do not desire that same thing, because as long as we are not desiring it and being a part of the same community, we're being detrimental to them trying to achieve the ultimate goal, which is to sit at the table with white men. So I think that's why he constantly goes after a Micah, because that will make him feel like he won. Chelsea is not a challenge, because Chelsea wants a Black man. Chelsea wants to raise a mixed family. Chelsea wants to be on TikTok asking Black women about what kind of conditioner to use on her daughter's curls. Like, that is something that she dreams about. He don't dream about that. He gonna perm them kids here as soon as they come out the womb. That's not his dream. And he cannot achieve what he wants to achieve with a white woman like that. Tamara said, I'm Haitian and I never put my purse anywhere. So it's just a black thing. Okay, so it's our collective ancestor, our collective grandmama that just let us know that you can't put that purse down. Because I'm like, my grandma told me that. Waddle said, I remember that rival picture of a black woman holding her purse while in the ocean. We are not leaving our purses anywhere. My friend, hey Nia, if you're watching, she sometimes clicks on in here. But she had won a camping trip with her husband. And there was a picture that she posted on Facebook, and like everybody in the comments was dying. Why? Because everybody is in the woods, right? Everybody got on their camping gear. Mia got on her camping gear too. Cute boots or whatever, and got her purse. Everybody's like, why are you hiking with your purse? Like, put your purse down. The only woman in the picture with her purse. Black women do not play about that purse. Everybody is like, why are you camping with a purse? You didn't bring a book bag? Oh my goodness. The guy said no black woman in the diaspora is leaving a purse behind. Blue Moon said Kwame's sister claims that she raised him, so maybe she immigrated over to the U.S. with their parents or parents before Kwame was born. That might explain the accent. Yeah, because I was like, where are you from? You ain't nothing like them brothers. Aye said, well, I'm Nigerian and we keep our purse with us at all times. I'm pretty sure Ghanaians are the same. So it's a black thing. Okay. It's a black diaspora thing. I get it. Hey, Anissa. Anissa said, and don't put your purse on the floor. Child, I went to brunch the other day. My friend had a hook for her. Do I have it? I have a hook for my purse too. I have a hook for my purse too. It's in my Telfeezy. I can't find it right now, but I have a hook. I do not put my purse on the floor. I don't play. I do not play. Yolande said production needs to do right with Tiffany. Why they showing her and Brett? Her and Brett have been given boogie oogie oogie. Like they have us all up in their nose. I feel like production is doing that because we have to see some imperfections. They can't be all the way perfect. But we don't care. We don't care. Rachel said, listen, the way I praise Jesus that we were seeing this, listen, we need it. We need it in reality TV. This does not happen. We need this. We need this black, moneyed up kind of love. And it's not like snobbish love. When they were sitting there talking about a black, their black family, oh my God. I love them. Tell her to pick up Azima and put down that wine and that we love her and we are rooting for her. Cordelia said, I think Chelsea was lit when the strawberries happened. What did you think about their photo shoot? That photo shoot was so cringe. That photo shoot was cringe. Is Calvin Klein sponsoring this show? Everybody is wearing his panties. What is going on? Is he a sponsor? That would make sense. That would make sense if he is, because why is everybody wearing in Calvin's? All the men and all the women are in his panties. That's weird. That's very, very weird. I didn't even know you could still buy them like that. Like, I didn't know they were so readily available. I only thought they were online. I did not know that they were accessible like that. Because who's going into a Macy's in 2023? You going to Bloomingdale. Let me stop being bougie. I apologize. I love Macy's. Unique said, maybe the sister was raised here in the States and the boys spent time in Ghana in the US. She probably can flip in and out of her accent like Yvonne, Orgy, and Lovely. Probably. I told you when I lived in New York City, I thought that everybody was African American. I had no idea all them black people were not African American. Like the whole 34th Street Gap. It was all black people. The only people who I knew were a little different were Dominican dudes that worked in the stock room, right? That was it, because they let you know they Dominican. And you could tell by the jeans that they were wearing, right? You just know a Dominican man. But I thought that everybody else was, African American like me. I thought we were fourth and fifth generation blacks, Black Americans, until this lady came over to me and was speaking Spanish. And I felt so, I was so proud that she thought I understood her. I was like, oh, no, bueno. No, habla España. It was worse than when I was 19. So I was sending her away. And my friend was like, oh, no, Nikki, I got this. Una vaquita desperta nací. And I'm like, girl, what's going on? I'm like, did you study Spanish in school? And she was like, oh, no, I'm Cuban. Floored me. Because again, America only shows us one type of Latino. Is that Latino? Y'all know what I'm talking about. One type of y'all, right? So I was like, oh my God, we come in black. I had no idea. Baby, I didn't know about Black Panamanians until like a decade ago when I met a Black Panamanian who I thought was African American. Child, I had no idea. So that could be very true, because I'm telling you, you just never know. As a Black American, you do not know that your Black friend is not Black American until you go to like their graduation party or their parents invite you to church. You're like, oh, okay, this is different. You just never know. That friend just never slips up. Never slips up. So that could very well be true. But the sister was giving African American to me. She was giving African American to me. Let me get some more current comments. Hey, Kimberly. Kimberly said, Chelsea is courting her world. Her life isn't being altered, and he's changing everything. And she doesn't care that he's miserable as long as she gets what she wants. True. KWAME should be who we are concerned for. Well, I ain't concerned for that man. You know what? Can I say this, Jazzy? I feel like I got the wrong soda too. I think the Olipop set me off when I think I was looking for Poppy. I gotta try Poppy. Is White Claw water? Because I feel like it's water. Because I see people drinking a lot like it's an energy drink. NTR said, not the Olipop again. Well, you showed it over 3 reviews. That gets people to remember the brand. Child, this is terrible. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. Hey, Kaya. Kaya said, is Marshall going to be a groomsman at Tiffany's and Brett's? Oh, that would just be too much of a tearjerker. NC said, when Kwame was at the tuck store with his pod mate, I was like, where are your people? Then later we met his friends, and it looks like, okay. My God. I feel like everybody's a paid actor. Something is not right. Just John just said, Brett talking about taking care of finances gave me quivers. Like it was nothing. Like it was nothing. We're not splitting nothing. We're not roommates. You can pay for stuff if you want to, but I got everything. Tiffany, girl. Midwife K said production could have told Bliss's sister to wipe the crumbs off. Okay. This is the thing. I'm gonna give Bliss's mama and her sisters a whole pass. After I met that father, I was like, oh, y'all been through it. Because I was just like, before we met Bliss's dad, I was like, this lady keeps on crying. I feel like she is weeping because she is so happy to be free. This is joy. She is just happy. She's the type of person who goes out and just allows the sun to sit on her face. And she's so happy because she's feeling the sun on a day when she is free. And she remembers the days when her life was dark and miserable. That's what I'm picking up. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm picking up. Because I was like, this lady keeps on crying. What is going on? Now we know. Allegedly. Cynthia says, I agree. He does sound pretty ashamed. I hope he can see her more than a stripper. Yes, she shouldn't be defined purely for her job. And that's what he's defined her as. We don't know nothing else about your mama. We don't know nothing else about your mother other than you grew up poor and she was a stripper. What else does she do? Is she an Aquarius, a Sagittarius? Like, what's her zodiac sign? What does she like to cook? What did she sing you a song? Like, what? I don't know. I would love to know more about his mom other than the occupation that she, chose to provide for him for. Me too. Me too. I feel like the weddings are going to be a lot of fluff, except for Chelsea and Kwame's wedding. But the reunion, that's going to be the tester right there. That's going to be the tester. Melissa said, thank you, Nikki, for the comments about Bliss's father. I have seen so many comments that he was right. I mean, like, I agreed with him. His whole behavior was terrible. Terrible. And he did not have to drag his daughter who was not there. What kind of father does that? For me, it was more about the dad and what he wants. Yes. And the stepmom crying, terrible. I'm telling you, that let me know that he said more things. And they were worse than what we had heard, because she went from being real stern to in tears at the end, body shaking, wiping tears. I'm like, oh, what did he say? Oh, he said something else. He said something else. Bree said, Bartiz got a baby. Oh, we have got to talk about that. I forgot. Let me just say this. No, I'm not going to say it. But I will say this, because I was going to say something else, but that's not my tea to tell. But I'm going to say this. When that man popped up with a baby, I was like, weren't you? Child. Oh, he is a menace. I also want to say this to whoever found her page or the identity of that lady. Leave that woman alone. She don't need to be dragged into this. She was being messy. Some things happened and she got a baby. It's okay. We're not going to judge her. We're going to keep it right on him. But when he popped up with a baby, I was shocked just because of what I know. And I'm like, girl, not my tea to tell, but I was like, wait a minute. I was doing the calculations. But you was just, girl, a mess. A mess. Midwife K said, I didn't mind the smoke Bliss's dad gave Zach directly. It was how he talked to Bliss and wouldn't let her talk that was a tough part to see. He was just very nasty. When no one was nasty to him. That's the thing. Nobody was disrespectful to him. Nobody was nasty to him. I just did not understand why he was talking to everybody like that. Like, oh, you gonna let me talk? No, you're not gonna let me talk. I forgot now. Well, I was trying to say something, but you want to talk over me. What? This is your daughter. Why are you so nasty? I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Tamara, thank you for the super chat. Tamara said, did you notice that Bliss has said that her mother is the one who made her who she is? She made it clear. Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, we know our mom was weeping. We know our mama was weeping. Rachel said, I was proud of Bliss, though, because she still had her owner the best way she could in that conversation. She sure did. NC said, I hope Tiffany is not self-sabotaging. I'm hoping that was just stage drama. She got herself a good black man. Hold on to him tight. Child. Tiffany said, yes, we need this. We need this. Do it for the people. Do it for the people. JT said, Zach comes off as creepy. I think he's just odd. I know it's not his fault and he's not a creepy dude, but he's definitely serves offness. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Probably provision, Blue Jay. Probably provision. Trips a lot of women up. Trips a lot of women up. Melissa said, "Do you play golf? Do you fish?" Zach did not have the chance. Why did he not ask the important questions? This is the thing. The fact that Zach was a lawyer, the dad couldn't trip him up on that. He was trying to find something. And when he asked, the way he asked Zach his profession, Zach was like, "Well, I'm a lawyer and I do this." And the dad, he couldn't say anything to that. He was trying to find something, but he couldn't find anything about that. So he just tried to cut him down again. And I'm just like, Zach, if I was your family, I would say, I don't care how sweet that girl is. No, 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 no. Oh, IA said, I think Michael's mom had a substance issue in the past. Okay, because I'm like, what is that? When she said that, I'm like, well, what happened to the both of you? I thought I missed something. I thought I missed something. BB said Kelly Clarkson is paying for her bad marriage, and she got, oh yeah. Her and Adele, my God, today. Monique said Marshall said on Instagram that he was an angry kid and went to therapy to become an emotionally mature man that he is today. It's so ironic that the aggressive man she wants is the person he had evolved out of. That's what it is. She does not want a man that's evolved. She wants a very childish and toxic kind of dude. She wants toxic love. She really, really does. That's why she makes that excuse of I'm crazy. So people could be like, well, okay, this is why she chooses what she chooses. But my thing is, if you can name it, you can change it. There's one thing to be doing these things and not aware that this is not okay. It's another thing to do it, name it, and still continue to do those things. At this point, you're not doing these things because you don't know any better. You are making a choice to do these things because you don't want better. Indigo Girl said, unpopular opinion, Jackie is not a villain. Marshall did walk out, did not talk to her for 3 days. Sounds like emotional abuse. Unpopular it is, but I hear you. The only thing is the way Jackie has treated Marshall, I'm like, I just don't know if I necessarily buy that he left and didn't talk to her for 3 days. That probably could be what happened. I'm just saying, I just don't trust anything that she says. I don't trust anything that she says. Bettina said, Micah and Paul saying, I love you and I miss you gives bad actors reciting lines. I can see her saying yes, so her mom can see her get married. Paul wants to marry his mom's mini-me / lookalike, and his mother loves Micah. Cordelia said Jackie mentioned on her Insta that they misedited those scenes. She did say that, right? But then I'm just like, you said that you didn't meet Josh before you met with Marshall. But then when when Marshall walks in, you tell him that you met with Josh. So what is the truth? I will say this. When these Love is Blind contestants say that the show edited and manipulated scenes, they will play the scene that you're talking about. So, girl, if I was you, unless you have receipts, I wouldn't do it. Because you also said you have receipts of Marshall being homophobic and you're going to play it at the reunion. I hope these receipts work out for you. I really, really do. If not, mama, you in some trouble. Tamara said, thank you for the super chat. Tamara said, Jackie just ruined her whole reputation. Oh, we got that. I got that one. I'm so sorry. Got this one from Tracy. Hey, Ima. Ima said, we need an entire reunion episode devoted to Jackie and Marshall. I think there was a lot we didn't see. They both have a problem, but the focus has been on Jackie because she's so bold in her awfulness. Very true. Very, very true. That's what I'm saying. This reunion is going to be a mess. But I think a lot of stuff is going to come out. And I hope it's not about Brett and Tiffany. I really, 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 really do. Hey, Renee. Renee said, even her interview with Rachel Lindsay, she was backtracking and stumbling on her words. Just say you weren't into him and move on. Why she was nasty to him is beyond me. How is she able to do all of this talking? Like, this baffles me that she's able to do all these interviews. Kayla said the coffee date was not their first meetup. I don't care how they edited to film. Jackie still was wrong. Very true. Melissa said Marshall had his moments, but he won me over when I saw how he was treating her when she broke down in Mexico. Really mature for 26. I still can't believe he's 26. He is extremely mature. That's what matters in the end. Mr. Rogers said Jackie's friend exposed her for having. Oh my God. Oh. I hope that's not true. Dahlia said Jackie is whack, but why was Marshall picking out suits? They had a huge fight with both questioning the relationship. It's weird. It is. I will give you that. Like, if y'all had a fight before picking out a suit, I will probably have a conversation. Yeah, so I get that too. Spitzy said Jackie showed her the colors, her true colors for being two-faced with Micah and Chelsea. True. I was like, oh, she's fake, honey. And all the stuff with Marshall really showed her true colors. Very, very true. I want to get a few more and then I got to get out of here because my other live started. Hey, Busy! Busy said, I just want Jackie's address so my sister can pull up on her. She needs a quick New York one too. Listen, from what we know about Jackie, she might be ready. Thank you, Busy. Thank you for the super chat and thank you for being here. Let me, y'all talking in here. I'm gonna have to change the time of that next live. Forgive me, Escape Live. Tamara said at the dinner with Bliss, thank you for the super chat. At the dinner with Bliss, her dad keeping his sunglasses on is a sign of disrespect at the dinner table in the Haitian community. The father allowed that. Oh, you know what? Same for the Black community too, because I don't feel like I could sit at a table with my mother, especially my grandmother with sunglasses on. Ciao. I don't know why that's so disrespectful, but I get it. Sebastian, thank you for the super chat. Sebastian said, not to be messy, but I know those blue eyes that baby. Not to be messy, but I'm gonna be. When I saw that baby, I was just like, yeah, like, who was expecting anything else? Who was expecting anything else but a Swedish child? Like, come on. Who was expecting anything else? I was shocked because Bartiz, what are you doing? Child. A piece of pie said Jackie is lying because Marshall had on the same clothes when he walked in that door from leaving the tux fitting. She's a liar. Thank you for pointing that out. Very, very true. Thank you for the super chat. Let me, Sebastian, I'm reading that comment again. Let's see. 4 more and I gotta go. So sorry, Escape Live. Dear Diary said, also, the way they cut to Jackie and Josh right after Brett told Marshall made my heart hurt for Marshall. Yeah, that's saying a lot for me because I think Marshall. Yeah, I cannot with y'all. For Kia Love said they dragged Bartice's baby bomb so bad she got rid of all her socials just about. Poor thing. Listen, she didn't deserve that. I feel like her having his child was a drag enough because I don't think that for either one of them that baby was planned. I do not think that that's something they sat down and talked about, right? But you know, like Bartice is her baby daddy, guys. She's been through enough. Leave that girl alone. Indigo Girl said Bliss's dad is angry. He probably shouts everyone down in his family. I think it's because he controls the money financially. He got the power. Ryan said, I'm just shocked that he was dragging Nancy like that for her. Okay. No. Spitzy said, can we talk about the elephant in the room? I feel like Zach isn't telling the truth that his mama got them a better life after stripping because what? Strippers make good money, honey. Were they making it back in the day like that? Like that girl, what's that basketball player's name? I think it's Jay Morant. Did y'all see that picture? it was going around on social media, girl. There was a girl that was stripping for him, and the guy that owned the strip club took a picture and sold it to TMZ, of course. And she was in a room going buck, okay, stripping for him. And I was looking at the floor, right? And it was like the floor was white. And as I stared at that floor a bit more, I noticed that the reason why the floor was so white was because the floor was littered with money. I didn't know you could make that much money stripping. I was like, that's money. It was like piles and piles of cash on in this huge room. The room was just littered with dollars. And it was just him and her in this room. That's some good money. That's some good untaxed money. Ciao. Ciao. Oh, wait, I got another super chat. Hey, Spency. Thank you for the super chat. Spency said, girl, Bartice owes Nancy. Okay. No, no. We are not doing this. Stella said, also, Jackie told Marshall, I just saw Josh when she was breaking up. Yeah, she did. So I don't know what this, it's editing. This is what I will say. If anybody's thinking about going into reality TV, if you do a reality TV show, just to let you know, if you don't like your edit, if I were you, I would just not do reality TV anymore or work with that production company anymore. The last thing I would do is challenge the production company and the editors of this show to say, oh, they edited me that way. That's the last thing you want to do, because then what happens is they no longer are protecting you with the footage that they have. Because I'm telling you this, the stuff that comes out on reality TV, a lot of times is in favor of the talent. You might not have the edit that you desire, but I'm telling you, the stuff that they could put out on you, because this is the thing. A lot of people get very comfortable with the camera and with their mics. You don't realize everything is always being recorded. The camera may not be on you, but that baby is rolling. They are never shutting them cameras down. On reality TV, everything is rolling. Audio, they are listening to your audio 24/7. The last thing I would do is challenge the editors and production about my edit. The last thing I would do. I would be like, well, I didn't like it, so I just didn't go back to the show. But I wouldn't be like, oh, they did that to make me look bad. Because you don't know what they got. You don't know what audio they got. You don't know what footage they got, especially if you think you're not being filmed, or if you think your audio is not being recorded. That's a tip I would give you. The camera's always on and your audio is always being recorded. Stay woke. Stay woke. I got this one. I'm going to get Teresa, Brian, and then I'm getting out of here. Don't I'm not mad, Spency, but we're nice over here at NikkiStar TV. Teresa said, my ATL dorm mates made $3,000 in the late 90s. I regret my chase ways. Listen, there's not a day that goes by that I don't, say to myself, the church lied to me. The church lied to me. My God, today. My God, today. Ryan says, in the exit talk she did not do her justice either. Like, sometimes just zip it. Yeah, it didn't help her. It didn't help her. We're going to end with Kai. Kai said, it still floors me that Jackie was saying he was too sensitive, but girl, having a breakdown in every other episode. She wants the immature toxic love. Unfortunately, she hasn't grown out of that yet at 28, probably 29. Yeah, Jackie, I would just leave the show as it is. If I were you, I would just try to redeem myself on social media, maybe go on another reality show and have a redemption season. That happens a lot. Go to the challenge on MTV. They're always taking people from other shows, and just redeem yourself. I would do that. I wouldn't challenge the editors or the production team of this show. I wouldn't do that. I don't think it's smart. Just a little words of wisdom there for you. But let me get out of here, guys. I apologize for my 2 p.m. live. I'm sorry. Mother is coming. Thank you all so much. I had a really good time. If you watch Vanderpump Rules or 90 Day Fiance or some other shows, I have 2 other lives scheduled for tomorrow. So go over there and, check those out, or hop into this next live with me. For right now, I don't know my Friday schedule, but I do plan on doing a live. I just don't know when. So hit that notification bell. Please follow me on TikTok at Nikki.Star. I would love to go live over there and watch the reunion with you. If not, don't worry. We'll be here on YouTube the next day or the day of. We will see. Anyway, love you all. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you soon for something else. Bye. Come on out of the room.